So let's get into Impact news. What went down over there between you and them, and your thoughts.
Any truth to the rumor that Conan got you fired?
Wait a minute.
I hope so. That would be a much better story. That would be a much more entertaining story. But I kind of saw it coming, man. Like I don't know if we touched about it on the show, but I know we talked about it, personally, K-Dog.
Right.
I got like some kind of residual heat with the Hardys just because of my connection with them. Not nothing they did.
Right.
But, there were things that were said, texts that were sent to me and stuff like that, and emails. And I was the professional and I did everything, by the book there. And I was assured that there was really no heat, but I felt a difference from that point on. And at the last tapings, not the India tapings, but the last U.S. tapings, there was definitely a different vibe in how, the office reacted toward me, and so I kind of saw it coming. It wasn't nothing that was a shocker. I made it public to, Bob Ryder and a few others. There were things about the new contracts they were giving that I wasn't going to do. You're not going to get a cut of my indie appearances. I'm not going to sign a merchandise deal where I get zero. I'm not going to do that. That's bullshit.
Right.
Yeah, like why would you?
So, I had been, because they kind of bullied some of the younger talents into doing that. And when you knew and you had that first contract, you knew that first contract, trust me, my first contract in WCW, I didn't even read that thing. I still to the date don't know what the hell it says. But still they would have gave you something. Even in WCW, you would have got some kind of percentage for your shit. So some of them younger guys, they don't have a choice. I get that, but at the same time, you got to give them something. You can't just go put their name and likeness on merch and give them nothing. I don't agree with that. They damn sure weren't going to do it to me.
And
I made a lot of money.
And you know what, Shane? That should be a lesson, because the same thing happened when they were doing the Lucha Underground contracts. Like that first group of guys, a lot of them really didn't have anything going on. Now they do. A lot of them do because of Lucha Underground. And they signed that 7-year deal. 7 years. It's really more like 7 seasons. So if it takes them 10 years to film 7 seasons, you're there 10 years. Or like now they're on Netflix. Nobody's getting any money off of that. So, young cats in the game. I know you want to sign a contract and you don't want to cause waves, but that first contract is when they first get you. So it depends how much you let them get you. Go ahead.
And that happens in the music business too. Like with,
sure.
That
give away all their merchandise, all their publishing.
Yeah. So it's not just a wrestling thing; it's an entertainment thing. But it is people taking advantage of you. At the end of the day, that's what's happening. You're being taken advantage of. Right. And overall, I loved working in Impact, and I had a great time there. If my phone ever gets hacked, you should see what I got. Like 90% of that roster just reached out to me immediately. And a lot of people were upset about it, and I really appreciate, everything that everybody said. And I had a really good time working there. So I'm still going to support them, and I hope they pull through. I feel bad for the guys there, because the leader there is somebody that I ain't going to say you can't trust him 100%, but I would take everything he says with a grain of salt, and not just regular salt, like salt that was dipped in shit or something like that. That's how I would take his word.
Ooh, tremendous. And well, bro, like I was there with you. I was there before.
It's Hughesy. Hello.
I was there before. I remember I'd bring you on the show, and I'd bury stuff about the show, and you'd be like, "Do you have anything positive to say?" And I was like, "Well, not really," And then you always stayed positive. And when I got there, bro, you know me, bro. You know how I was an Impact. Keep it 100. Not because Shane's on the show. I told them then, I'll say it now. I mean, it was incredible how invested you were to your work, and how much you still love the business, and how much you wanted to give back, and how much you're willing to go out of your way to talk to anybody and make a match better, because I stood there and I saw you do it, and how much of a company man you were. I'm surprised and you told that to me, and I just didn't believe it. I kept going, nah, bro. I mean, you had nothing to do with that, And so if there was residual heat, that's really the wrong reason to get rid of anybody. And I thought you were an asset to the company, and I hope you come back, man. You know what I'm saying?
Can we get you to bury Scott D'Amore?
He was probably starting the pot on
Scott D'Amore.
Yeah.
Can we spin the narrative?
He's there because he's Jeff's buddy, but
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if that's a burial because it's something everybody knows. You know,
Okay.
I mean,
Can we?
you know, a friend can get you an interview, and that's for a job. You know, that happens all the time. But you shouldn't have a job just because you're somebody's buddy. You know, I don't believe in that, and that's what I saw happening down there, especially those last U.S. tapings. I saw the Good Old Boy Network coming back. I saw a little clique forming. I think it's pretty obvious there's a couple of, Scott was one of them. Sanjay just following Jeff around like little puppy dogs with their nose up his ass. And I've never been that guy. You know, I never really had to either. So I don't know. Maybe their backs against the wall and they just need money that bad. You know, luckily I'm not in that position. So, but, I mean, it's nothing nobody knows. Scott's never been mean to me. I don't really have anything. You know, I'm not going to try to kill him or anything, but he knows why he has that job. You know, he has that job just because he's Jeff's buddy. And that's really nepotism.
Does he still wear shorts that are like one size too small at TV tapings?
I think all of his clothes are a little too small.
Does he still tug it on his shorts or his pants a lot?
The name Tuggles is thrown.
Yes.
I throw that to him every time I see him. And so,
Tuggles,
Tuggles is still, yeah. You know why?
I don't think I paid that much attention to his shorts, so I might have missed that part.
Well, what he does so he doesn't have to, like, you know how, like, sometimes I don't even know how you would say, like, your shorts and your underwear all get caught up in between your, inner thighs or whatever. Instead of him grabbing it out, just pulling it out, he'll do kind of like a quick baseball squat so it'll drop and nobody can see him picking at his shit. So, or sometimes he'll just tug real quick and I'll come by and I'll go, Tuggles. So that's been like an inside joke for myself.
Hey,
I did send him there was a big agents text that we all were part of,
right.
From before, and the other agents that got released, they're sending all these nice shit. It's just, they're being nice because that's what they're supposed to do. But I know how they really feel. You know what I'm saying? I sent a text to the whole group, and I was like, I told Sanjay and Scott, I said, there's a sale on Listerine at Walmart. It'll help get the taste of Jarrett's ass off your tongues.
Wow. Jesus.